Hello everybody. I hope everybody well. Today I'm trying to do my last batch of the adenium seed for propagation. So the summer is almost ending and we are entering into the fall season. However, this is the way you place your seed on the top of the soil. The soil is a combination of regular peat moss, perlite, and 10% sand. Generally, you placing them all with the distance of the few inch away from each other. So after you finishing setting them up, then you are putting a layer of the light soil on the top of it, which I show you in the process. And then I put a date and proceed putting them in the warm area but shady until it starts sprouting. As you see, the container already has all the seed placed into it, and now I am going to give them a little very light layer of the peat moss to cover the seed. This is a little bit more delicate part of this process because you have to be very careful that when you water it, the seed doesn't run all in one side. So the first one is finished. I think it's the second one. Make sure when you work for this process, have a gloves, because you don't want the seed get contaminated for any reason. You want a very healthy seed and sterilized seed that grow well. So this part is finished. Now, this is the last part, which is, as you see, there is some here that I have to cover. This is water with antifungus mixed with it. 1 tablespoon of the antifungus with a gallon of water. So I did this before I put the seed in. Now I do it again. I water it like this because that will also sterilize the seed. Every time you water it, you may run to remove of the soil. So make sure you place the seed back into the soil that doesn't be exposed, because if it is exposed for a few days, it gets dry out and it doesn't give you the result. So this one also is finished. You see, very nice. And the third one is this. So all the seeds are covered and our process is finished. So you're gonna remove them, put them under the neat of a plastic to create a little bit of the humidity and heat for the seed to germinate. I will definitely guarantee you that these seeds will be germinated in within 5 to 6 days, perhaps not anymore. Today is almost mid-September, towards end September, and it's about time to propagate all the adeniums or any another seedling plants, such as euphorbias, adenium, or any another variety, and separate them and put them in a safe environment that is away from the rain until next year. And also you have to remember that the reason we're doing it now, because when the season gets cold, when we enter into the winter, it would be very difficult for the plant to be able to survive. So therefore, as you see, I have this batch of the adenium desert rose that they are technically has to be separated and propagated at this time of the year. And also one of the very important point of this process that if they stay in the same environment, it has to be in a very safe greenhouse in order to be able to survive, because they are very tiny. But when we move them to a new environment with a nice rich soil, then they have a potential of the next couple of months to boost and get the strength and then be able to survive during the winter time. So let's go and examine each and every one of them as far as the root to see how they are. I'm going to show you this particular one. I want to pull it out. As you see, it's very nice root. As you see, the root has a lot of sand around it. Why is that? Because usually I grow the adenium seeds or any other high-end plant seeds in a different environment to see which one is more desirable for plant and which one the seed can grow better. So it looks like that here between this patch and this patch, one has gained a very high and tall trunk, another one is more shorter trunk but thick. So which one is better? Technically, this is a better one because adenium has to grow a very thick codex. It should not be tall and leggy, and it has to have a very nice compact body structure. However, this is an example that I can show you. Sometime you may have a different soil and you get a different result. But as of today, the result of August 8, which this plant was seeded, and today is September 26, which is approximately 2 months, 8 weeks. The height, size, and the healthiness of the plant is very obvious They are very healthy. They are ready to move to a new environment, and I'm sure next year when I show it to you, you'll be very surprised. So let's go and propagate them all. This is the soil that we're gonna use for propagation of these adeniums. As you see, there are pieces of wood, bark, there are peat moss, the brownish one are cocoa moss, and they are perlite, and a little bit of the fertilizer, which is even number 40, 40, 40. So as you see, I'm going to demonstrate this one in front of you. Use a little stick, make a little hole here, and put the seed, the baby adenium, into the pot and secure it that stays strong, and generally tap them. So I'm going to make all this tray full of soil and then continue doing it. Another thing that I wanted to bring up to your attention, that when we took these two adenium out of the soil, the root on adenium baby that was grown in the sand was a little bit more stronger and more bushy, but the one over here was a little bit small. That proves that technically the seed that grows in the sand will produce better roots, which is the vital for growth of this plant in the future. Let's go and continue finishing the process. You generally need a little stick, bamboo stick or any another wood, to make a hole on the soil and place it very smoothly, softly. Make sure you do not damage the root, because adenium has a very sensitive root. So if you damage the root, adenium does not really enjoy and perhaps does not survive. As you see, I did several of the adeniums. I'm going to continue finishing this tray. Generally, this is called a tray or a flat. There are 8 by 8. These are 2.5 inch pot. So there is 64 in one tray, and there are many different variety of the adenium. You see, some of them are long leaves, some of them are long but not pointy leaves, some of them are round. So there are different color and different variety. So let's finish the whole tray. I just mentioned there are 64 8 by 8. Generally, when you are using 2-inch pot, there are 64 in one flat or one tray. I apologize, I misquote you. This is 7 by 7, which is 49 in a tray, which 2.5 inch is a little bit bigger. 2 inches is a little bit too tiny for this size plant. Okay, everybody, as you see, 49 plant has been placed into the new pot, which is their new environment with a fresh soil, which has some slow release fertilizer and has been watered. So we are going to put this somewhere under the cover, warm environment to grow. And I will show this view of the adenium next year, that you see how they grow. Generally, by next year, this should be between 4 to 5 inch, and if it is in the best position, maybe 6 inch. And the second year after that, I'm definitely sure that they start blooming. I have no doubt. Hello everybody. After few weeks, I brought the conclusion or result of what I have done that you just saw in the beginning of the video. This group of adenium, as you see, it was planted on August 18, and a portion of them I have separated, as you see right here, individually in the 2-inch pot. So these are going to go into the greenhouse and sit for about a couple of years or so to grow and become something like this right here. As you see here, this is the result of August 18 until now. They have a very beautiful height, almost 2.5 inch, and they have a very gorgeous codex. So therefore, we are going to keep them in the greenhouse until a few years to grow well. And this group, as you see, they were the result of September 23rd. So this is September 23rd. As you see on the top of the plant, still the cover of the seed is exposed. So after a while, this automatically comes out, as you see right here. But these are, as I said, is the result of August 18th. So there is about approximately few hundred different adenium that was planted from the seed, and these are some of the September 23rd pieces. So I hope that you enjoyed the result of our process. I hope you start doing this, and if you are interested to ask any question, please leave me a comment. I will explain for you. It is too late for this year now. We are on October 16 today, and I'm gonna post this video for you today. This chapter of the adenium planting is gonna be closed until next year. Thank you so much for following and watching my video. Please like my video, share it with your friends and relatives, and I will always be very anxious to do things that you enjoy to watch. Again, thank you for your comment, and have a nice time.